This chapter is called It's Only the Body, Not the Soul. Chapter 36. May this reading touch your heart. Christmas, 1999. I found the perfect dress for you, my mom exclaimed triumphantly as she walked into my room, the bedroom in which I'd grown up. Come see it. It was December 1999, and I was in LA on a visit after being in India for nearly 3 years. My parents had decided to have a Christmas party, as it had been so many years since I'd been home for the holidays. I followed her into her bedroom, confused, as I didn't wear dresses anymore. It's absolutely perfect. You'll love it. She put the treasures from her shopping trip onto the bed. I can't believe I found something so perfect at the last minute. She pulled a gift box from a large Ann Taylor shopping bag. It covers your arms all the way to the wrists and your legs all the way to the ankles. It has fully covered shoulders too. It's perfect. She was beaming from ear to ear. In the early years, before I officially took sannyas, which is renunciation into Hindu monkhood, Pujya Swamiji, my guru, always encouraged me to wear whatever my parents wanted when I was in Los Angeles. Make them happy, he would remind me. They have given you the freedom to move to India. At least you can dress how they want when you are together in LA. And anyway, he always emphasized, it's only your body that's wearing the clothes, not your soul. They can't dress your soul. In those early days, before saffron robes became the extent of my wardrobe, when I was with my parents, I wore long skirts with loose flowery tops or salwar kameezes, traditional Indian long cotton tops over matching pants cinched by drawstring. My cotton skirt and salwar kameezes, I don't know how to pronounce this word, were not, however, dressy enough for a Christmas party. I'd assume I would just wear a sari. My mom was excitedly pulling the pink tissue paper off my perfect new dress. She lifted it out of the box. She took it loose and held it up in front of me. Isn't it perfect? It was black. Los Angeles December evening wear was, in 1999, black by default. But I was a renunciant, a nun, about to be ordained into saffron-robed sannyas. In traditional Hindu lineages, renunciants wear white prior to ordination and saffron/orange after, although I wore white for many years after ordination as well. Yellow is also acceptable. It is the color of brahmacharis, religious students. But black, no one spiritual wears black, I thought. Try it on, my mom encouraged me. She had no idea how not perfect the dress was. I pulled it over my head, sliding my arms into the tight black sleeves. As I smoothed the dress over my torso, I realized that, yes, quite literally, my mom was right. It did cover my whole body, arms, legs, wrists, ankles, shoulders. However, that which is acceptable by the letter of the law is not always acceptable by the spirit of the law. The dress was skin tight. It looked as though someone had painted it on me with a black acrylic brush. Neck to hips, it was tighter than the leotards I'd worn in my failed attempts at childhood gymnastics. It hugged my hips in a drop waist and then flowed out onto the floor. I dug my fingernails into the palms of my hand and bit down on the side of my tongue to fight back tears. It's only your body, not your soul. Only your body, not your soul. Only your body, not your soul. I chanted to myself desperately, clinging to the words as though they were a life raft in the ocean about to swallow me. "Oh, you are gorgeous. You are like a model. You have such a beautiful body. I don't know why you don't want to show it more." A river of compliments gushed from my mother's mouth. "Look in the mirror. You are so gorgeous." She cooed in that way that only mothers can while beholding their daughters dressed for special occasions. I couldn't look. It was all I could do to not collapse in tears on the floor of her bedroom. Did she really understand so little? My mother's a smart woman, not just book smart, but also deeply insightful about other people's lives and psychology. How could she think I would be happy in skin-tight black Hollywood wear? "Come on, look in the mirror," she said, oblivious to the struggle I was going through. She had spent hours of her otherwise busy day shopping for me, searching, I am sure, with great frustration for something that fulfilled all my criteria. In a well-intentioned effort to prevent any last-minute conflict over what I'd wear, she had shopped in advance. I had to raise my gaze from the ohms I was drawing on her carpet with my eyes, trying unsuccessfully to meditate myself out of the current situation. I glanced quickly into the mirror next to my parents' fireplace, and the tears finally rushed, unabated, into and through my eyes. The woman in the mirror was not me. "Why are you crying?" my mom exclaimed. More a statement than a question. "How could you possibly be upset with this? It looks gorgeous, and it covers everything. What is wrong with you?" Rhetorical though I knew her questions had been intended, I finally spoke. "Look, Mom, if you want to go downstairs to the party and tell your friends a lie about who your daughter is and what my life is about, that is absolutely fine. I will stay in my room and meditate, read, and work. I will be very happy to do that. But if you want me to go to the party and speak the truth about who I am and what my life is, then I cannot wear this dress. That dress is a lie. I can't wear a lie and speak the truth." "Fine," she pronounced with less anger than I'd feared. "Wear a sari." She walked straight out of the room and down the stairs, leaving the Ann Taylor gift box and delicate tissue paper strewn on her bed. Later that evening, a close friend of my mom's, who knew what a powerful will she had, asked me how I'd managed to wear a sari to the party. I told her the story and brought her upstairs to see the dress. "Oh God," she said, laughing. "In that dress, you would have looked like the Urdu..." Oh, this is perhaps one of the most difficult to pronounce French words. The hors d'oeuvres, whatever that French dish is. We are not our bodies, of course. That is the bottom line of Eastern spirituality. You can imprison the body, but not the soul. You can burn the body, but not the soul. You can cut the body, but not the soul. This is the core teachings of Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. We are, however, connected to our bodies. To deny the impact that the body has on our experience is to cut ourselves off from a powerful aspect of our sense of self. The body may not have any impact on the divine, eternal self, which is untouchable, but it certainly affects our individual self and our experience of that self. From landmark studies on the impact of simply holding a pencil between our lips versus our teeth, mimicking the physical musculature of a smile or a frown, to recent research regarding quote-unquote power stances, Psychological research shows clearly that our felt sense of self is deeply impacted by even superficial variations in expression and posture. What we wear and our experience of ourselves impact and inform each other. We dress according to how we feel, and we feel according to how we dress. Dr. Phil Zimbardo's famous Stanford prison study and his later research into the Abu Ghraib prison scandal emphasized the importance of the uniform worn by the guards and prisoners in cementing their identification with their roles. Otherwise, well-adjusted young men and women become vicious and punitive in their identification with the guard's uniform they wore. So, what does the saffron color of the sannyasi's robe signify? It is, as Swamiji explains, the color of the sun at sunrise and sunset. The sun gives and gives all day long with no vacation, no hesitation, no expectation, and no discrimination. The sun doesn't wake up one day and say, "I don't feel like shining today." The sun never takes a break. When it is night for us in India, it is daytime for those in the US. When we have the short days of winter, our friends in the southern hemisphere have long days of summer. The sun does not discriminate. It does not shine on Jews and not Christians, or whites and not blacks, or Hindus and not Muslims. The sun shines for all and with no expectation. The sun does not shine more for those who do sun salutations or perform sun worship in the mornings. That is the way a sannyasi, spiritual renunciate, should live, giving and giving to all with no expectation, no hesitation, and no discrimination. Saffron is also the color of fire, the ultimate purifier. Maybe that's why they call it a purifier. Prior to taking sannyas, the initiate performs a yajna, or fire ceremony. I performed one for 7 days straight, and to that fire we offer all that is keeping us from being a pure vessel for the divine will. The fire purifies our desires, our attachments, our very selves, so that on the day we enter Ganga, the holy river, to emerge naked into a new birth. It is not only the clothes that have been removed, but all vestiges of the former self as well. It's not only the physical body that is purified, but also the longings and attachments of the emotional self. So, wearing saffron is not just something the sannyasis do because it's a uniform. The color has a deep and ancient meaning. Every time I drape myself in the saffron robe, I am reminded about who I am and what my life is for. A skin-tight black evening dress would have been a vivid reminder of who I am not. Thank you for listening. That was the end of the 36th chapter. Next time we'll learn more about sannyas, spiritual renunciation. Thank you for listening. I'm sure that experience of our dear author Sadhvi is perhaps relatable in many ways to those of us who had to go through our parents asking us to wear this and not that when, even though they have good intentions, the way in which we want to express ourselves should be the way in which we are given the privilege to. All of the symbolism that it represents. Though we don't have to express ourselves in any way to be whole, as you are already always. how we express ourselves is how we share what's on the inside to the world. Namaste.